your parents feel proud about. Your father should say, "Sala kya paida kiya? What a masterpiece!"
20 years. The crux of the matter is successful people are self-motivated.
So, hello viewers. The one who you are going to hear today is international acclaimed motivational speaker and India's leading corporate trainer. He is an entrepreneur as well. And Mr. Minocher Patel runs a company called Solidified, which is India's first residential school finishing, right, sir? And a corporate training academy. So Minocher, sir, how are you?
Very good, very good. I'm good.
And first of all, thank you so much that you take out 30 minutes from your busy schedule. I'm very grateful to you.
No problem. I'm absolutely happy to be here, and it's always good to motivate you through podcasts like this. So I'm happy that we are doing this.
Minocher Patel, sir, I was reading about you on websites. You have 26 years of experience in this area of motivational speaking. So actually, it prompted me to ask one question: that how did this journey started? Right. I want to ask you.
Oh, Ronak, what happened was as a student, I was in an organization called ISEC. It's an international association of students. And in ISEC, we used to, as the senior members, I was the founder member of ISEC Pune. There were 12 chapters at that point.
Oh.
And we used to take, every time we took a new batch of students who were junior to us, we used to do training programs for them on fundraising, marketing, planning, recruitment, and all that. So that is the time I realized that I enjoyed speaking to people. And that is the time I also got a lot of feedback saying, when you train us, we really like it. And I kept getting good feedback from my programs. Then fortunately, in 1988, when I was in my final year of BCom, I was selected to represent ISEC India. In those days, West Germany, there was a training program called Train the Trainers. So I went there. There were students from 48 countries there. And it was a 15-day program, and I won the first prize for the training program. So they gave me a scholarship to go to an advanced course to Finland. From there, I moved to Finland. So that was another 15 days program. And again, I won the first prize for that course. So I realized suddenly that, I had been given a God's gift. And this was a gift which I got, and I was very lucky that I got the right training at the right time, to hone that gift. So I decided in my mind that trip, that I'm going to be a professional speaker. And there in Europe, I got exposed to speakers who were motivational speakers, who were trainers. So I realized there's a profession like this. So that opened my eyes to that opportunity. And I said, I will do my MBA and I'll work for a few years. But at some point when I feel ready, I will do this as a profession. So I did my MBA. I then worked for 7 years, 5 years in Mumbai and 2 years in Dubai. And then I took a call that I think I should launch my own area of work. Like we started India's first residential finishing school called Solitaire, for which we had the Book of Records in 2004 for being the first residential finishing school. So that was my dream project which we started. And then along with that, I got into corporate training and then training students. And so that was my, that's how I got into this area of work. And it has been a wonderful journey till now.
And actually, sir, it is very interesting story of yours that you have experience of 10 years in corporate industry. You work there.
7 years.
7 years, right. And sir, you are a renowned, leadership coach of CEOs and business coach and business trainers, celebrities. So, you have built a strong network actually, right?
Absolutely. Yes.
And sir, in the meantime, you wrote a book called Ordinary to Extraordinary. So how did this, writing book idea cross to your mind that I should write a book or take initiative?
What happens, Ronak, is that once you become a motivational speaker, and there's a lot of pressure and a corporate trainer, there's a lot of pressure on you to write a book. So a lot of people kept asking me, for many years, that why don't you write a book? And why didn't So I'm not a gifted writer, to be honest. I'm a gifted speaker. God has given me the gift of speaking, but not writing.
Right.
So, and I always felt there's so much of knowledge, gyan already there. What new will I add? But when I felt ready, after 15 years of my journey as a speaker, I felt prepared. So
Mm,
in 2013, I wrote my book, launched my book called Ordinary to Extraordinary, which went on to become a national bestseller.
national bestseller.
So it took me about a year and a half, 2 years to write it. But it was a good journey and it was very satisfying, especially when I got to know that it has become a national bestseller. I was
Right.
very happy because I'm not a trained or a gifted writer. So it, that was very satisfying. And I'm happy this book is helping so many people achieve their goals, inspiring them. It's very satisfying.
Right, sir. And actually, I have seen your many videos on Facebook, Instagram, and actually communication skill and the way you deliver speech to huge crowd like 30,000 people, 10,000, thousand, thousands of people. So that's what you became because of all these struggles and obstacles you have faced. So Minocher sir, I have actually a profound question. Like, what are the lessons we can learn from successful figures like Virat Kohli, Mr. Dhoni, and Amitabh
Yes,
Bachchan?
yeah, I would say, I think you will go one by one. Let's go one by one. First one you said was who?
First one was,
Virat Kohli.
yeah, book,
Virat Kohli.
Virat
So
Kohli.
see, the best thing you can learn from someone like Virat Kohli is his discipline, the way he exercises, the way he keeps himself fit over the years.
Mm,
A lot of youngsters nowadays need to learn that discipline is extremely crucial. I always say you don't decide your future; your habits decide your future. So the habit of exercising, the habit of having a good diet, the habit of training every day, that discipline and work ethic, what Virat has got, I think that's made him a world class player. And of course, he's gifted. Of course, he's talented. But then, along with having talent, along with being gifted, you need to discipline yourself. And I
right.
think that is one core thing. Uh, Also, what I like is how Virat has transformed himself. Like I remember seeing his interview a few years back in which he said that you think I look like a guy who prays. Somebody asked him that, do you pray or something like that? So he said, do you think? But now he's become extremely spiritual. And in fact, in his last interview after winning the World Cup, he said, I surrendered to God. And so he's a very good role model for youth that however talented you are, finally somebody up there is
Right.
guiding you. And however smart you think you are, without God's blessings and His will, you can't do anything. So that his shift to spirituality in a very nice way is been. I think it's a big learning lesson for all youngsters. That if
Mm,
Virat can be like that, we all can humble ourselves and learn to go on that spiritual path. So that
right.
was what I feel. There are a lot of good qualities Virat has, but since you asked me one, I would like to focus on discipline and work ethic.
Right. And what are the
Yes.
one quality which we can learn and incorporate in our life from a great celebrity and successful actor called Amitabh Bachchan?
So Amitabh Bachchan, sir, is like an amazing role model for youth today. You see the
Mm,
way he's transformed and reinvented himself. At the age of 60,
mm,
he was bankrupt. From that age to come back, bounce back, to get onto TV, Kaun
mm,
Banega Crorepati with success, and then
right.
come into movies and try different roles, and not carry the baggage of being the Amitabh Bachchan. I think it's a huge learning experience. If you observe his career closely, youth
Mm,
can learn a lot. That you can keep yourself relevant through different generations by reinventing yourself. And today's that's the main need of the hour. How can you keep yourself relevant, and how can you reinvent yourself
mm,
and not stick on to your past glory? And have the humility to work with new directors, learn from them. So I find Amitabh Bachchan sir has been extremely humble in his approach to be able to work with new directors, and to encourage new directors to work with him and try out new roles. And that's, I think, a big learning for today's youth. And it can be a big learning.
right, sir. And actually, sir, I want to hear about Mr. Dhoni as well.
Oh, Dhoni is one of my favorite cricketers, and I always say there's so much to learn from him. But one of his biggest qualities, I feel you can learn from him, is a sense of balance, a sense of calmness,
Calmness.
especially as a leader. If you want to become an effective leader in any walk of life, his calmness and sense of balance is extraordinary. You never saw him ruffled. You never saw him angry. You never saw him overreact. So I think that is one quality of Dhoni. And he had that amazing quality of keeping all the players together, keeping
Mm.
everybody motivated. So I think he's an extraordinary example of what a simple boy from a small town can come and achieve in life. And also, most importantly, like I said earlier, it is youth should look at his sense of balance and his sense of calmness. Calmness is a superpower. If you can remain calm in whatever situation you are in, I think it's a big, big quality, super quality to have to succeed in life.
Right, sir. Sir, actually, Dhoni, I also love him a lot, and his leadership skills are phenomenal, right? And Minocher, sir,
Absolutely. Absolutely.
I would like to hear from you that what are your insights on Ratan Tata, Tata, that what we can learn from him? There are so
See,
much to
Ratan
learn.
Tata is an extraordinary human being. He's one of the living legends of India. And if you observe his demeanor, the way he carries himself, and the way he has been over the years, one thing we can all learn from him is his humility. He's extremely humble.
Mm,
I know people who have worked with him closely say he's like a saintly figure, very calm, very composed, very humble, very caring, very
mm,
thoughtful. Look at the way he's led the Tata empire. They were when he became the CEO, they were not in a very good situation,
right,
but
sir.
he reinvented, did a lot of new things, and how he made Tata Indica successful. So he had a lot of success behind him, and how he bought Jaguar and made it a success. But apart from being a great lead, successful leader, he was mostly the biggest thing we can learn from him is his humility, how humble he is, and most important, how giving he is. Tata as a culture, if you see the organization, they give so much to the country, and
Right,
the brand has tremendous credibility. There are other bigger names or as big names also
right,
along with Tata in India, but they don't have the respect and credibility what a Tata has. And
right,
I
sir.
think Ratan Tata has played a very important role in creating that culture in Tatas, and I think he's a fantastic role model for youth also.
Right, sir. And actually, he is. So, Minocher, sir, we have heard your insights upon these successful celebrities. What are your top three advices for people who are in pursuit of success in their life? Your journey of 26 years. So, what are your top three advices which you would like to share to the audience?
See, if you ask me, what am I? There is no one formula to success, but I think what I top of my mind, what comes to mind since you asked for three qualities is number one, clarity of thought. People should know what they want in life. They need to know where they're going. So clarity of thought, clarity of goal, what you want to achieve is very important.
Mm,
Second is whatever you do, your purity of intention has to be there. You have to have character. You can't be a successful person by being a cheating somebody or by harming somebody. A
mm,
lot of people in today's world don't practice ethics and values. And that's why Ratan Tata and Tata Group is a great role model for our youth that you can achieve success having values. So first is having a clear goal and clarity as to what you want to achieve. Second, you have to commit that my intention is to be successful, but not by harming others, not by cheating anyone. I will contribute to the my society. I will contribute to my country. Of course, it's good to be rich. Everyone should make money, but not by sacrificing your values.
mm,
So I have seen once you are an ethical person and once you become successful ethically, that satisfaction of success is very different and more long lasting. And you
right.
can actually enjoy your success. And the
Mm,
third and most important point is conviction in what you do. Whatever you do it with conviction, you do it with passion, and be persistent about it. Be at it till you achieve your goal. Don't give up.
right,
That's so those are my three main suggestions I would have for youth of today.
right,
And
sir. And
most important, you can't achieve anything in life without two more things. One is, which is my favorite statement, is one is confidence. You need to believe in yourself. You need to be confident. A lot of people have very talented, but they don't have that confidence in themselves, so they don't achieve what they can achieve in life. So build your confidence, and second most important, have a positive attitude.
mm,
If you want to achieve anything in life, you need to have a positive attitude. If you don't have a
right, sir.
positive attitude, you're going to get into trouble at some point or the other. So these two qualities are also very important along with the earlier three qualities I mentioned.
And Monitor sir, you have shared such a phenomenal advices, and I also believe that these are some of the skills which people and me as well should incorporate in our life if we literally, in order to, if we want to achieve success and have a great life. And Monitor sir, I'd like to know about the book you wrote, which is national bestseller, Ordinary to Extraordinary. So according to that book, and as far as my insights are concerned, that book is about happiness and success, right? So, what are the some ways of cultivating happiness in our daily life, and actually, especially on tough days? What are your insights?
See, Ronak, the thing is, first of all, the way I've written the book is I've given clear steps of what are the steps for success, what are the reasons why people don't achieve success. I've given that clarity and why people don't achieve success. What are the bottlenecks? And then what do you do to achieve success? Similarly, we have discussed happiness in the same way. That what are the bottlenecks? Why people don't why people don't stay happy or be happy? And what are the things they can do to achieve happiness? Having said that, to answer your question about some tips for being happy,
Right,
number one, to be happy, you have to understand why people are normally not happy. The thing is, the biggest reason why people don't be happy or remain happy is they are not conditioned for happiness. We are all told from childhood, be successful, be successful. Nobody says be happy.
right,
In fact, in India, everyone will tell you, be happy tomorrow, not today. Abhi pad lo, maja karo. We are always postponing happiness. Thoda
right.
kama lo, thoda ghar bana lo. We don't focus on being happy. In fact, we feel guilty about being happy. So that attitude towards happiness has to change. I'm a Zoroastrian by birth. My religion, from a religion point of view, I'm a Zoroastrian. So, in my scriptures, forget the religion. In my scriptures, I found something very interesting. It says you're born in this world for two reasons. One is to be happy, and second is to spread happiness. And
Right.
that changed my whole philosophy of life. And it's so important to be happy. So the first thing is to be happy. You have to realize the importance of happiness, and if you realize that if you're not happy, what's the point? We all, at the end of the day, want to be happy. You want a bigger car to be happy. You want a bigger house to be happy. Your underlying reason is to be happy. But the sad part is, we just want success. We don't focus on being happy.
Happiness.
And happiness is a state of mind. Sometimes you can have very little but still be happy. And sometimes you can have so much and still be unhappy. So it's also conditioning your mind and understanding that happiness is not about just things. It's about how you feel about yourself, how you look at yourself, how you perceive your world around you. So those things are very important to be happy. And the most important thing is to be happy. I always say is you have to be grateful to God for what He's given you. You have to make a list. Most of us remain unhappy because we keep looking at things what we don't have. We forget what we have.
Right.
So if you want to be happy, the first thing you got to do is make a list of all those things you have. And you realize, oh my God, God has given me so much. I have a healthy body, I have a good mind, I have sweet dreams, I have a lovely parents, I have a lovely family, I live in a beautiful country like India. There's so many things to thank God for. So once you make that list and once you start appreciating what you have, you automatically start feeling happy. So I always say that if you want to be happy, be grateful. Because second thing is what keeps people unhappy is their greed. See, it's good to be ambitious, but don't be greedy.
Right.
We keep asking for more. I always say, dil mange more till no more. You're always asking for more. It's good to be ambitious,
Right.
but uncontrolled ambition and greed always keeps you unhappy. So you have to change the way you look at life. So you have to look at life in a way where you are full of gratitude. You are very grateful to God. You're grateful to your parents. You're grateful to the society. You're grateful to the country. And once you're grateful, automatically your sense of happiness will go up because you realize, oh my God, I have to be thankful for so many things. So, and on a daily basis, if you want to keep yourself happy, number one, do everything one day, whatever makes you happy. It would be if running makes you happy, run. If jogging makes you happy, walking makes you happy, swimming makes you happy. You have to identify what makes you happy. In food, I ask people, what food gives you happiness? A lot of people cannot answer the question. They struggle. If you know what food makes you happy, then when you're feeling low, have that food. You should know what music makes you happy. So when you're feeling low, use that music to bounce back. So You have to identify, make a list. What are the things that make me happy in life? And don't mix pleasures with happiness, momentary pleasure like drinking, drugs. Why do you think youngsters end up doing this thing? Because they think momentarily they're doing activities which gives them pleasure, but in the long run will damage them. So you have to also ask yourself, okay, I'm doing this, but will it harm me in any way, harm my body in any way, harm my future in any way? So if that clarity people get as to what makes them happy, and if they can keep themselves happy daily on a daily basis and have a happy attitude, from within, then I'm going to be happy, whatever may be the situation. I'm going to smile, I'm going to joke, I'm going to have not take myself too seriously. So I think happiness is more an attitude than a technique. It's got to more how you think about life and how you feel about life.
Right, think about
And that's the most important thing, to do.
So, Minocher sir, what are your insights on Shah Rukh Khan and Sachin, Tendulkar? That what are the things that we can learn from them and incorporate in our life? And actually considering their dedication, perseverance, and ability to overcome, failures and all.
Right. So, now first I'll talk about Sachin Tendulkar. I think one thing the youngsters can learn from Sachin Tendulkar is one is humility.
Right.
Been extremely humble all through his career, and
Mm.
people still like him so much. I think because of the quality of humility. I think he's a classic example of a person who's so talented and so successful, and yet so humble. And I think it is his humility that has kept him popular amongst people. It is his humility which, because of which people like him more. So I think if youth has to focus on one quality of Sachin Tendulkar, apart from his other qualities like he was very disciplined, he was very focused towards cricket. He would not get lose focus he would not go for parties. He would not do anything which would take away his focus from his game. So
Right.
we are, but in terms of one quality, I would say one thing we can learn from Sachin Tendulkar is his humility. Extremely humble. That's what. And now, second point you asked me about Shah Rukh Khan. I think Shah Rukh Khan is not only a very talented actor, but I think he's one quality which youngsters need to pick up from him is that even after achieving success, he's still so focused about his work. He's still so hardworking. My younger brother Virat Patel is an actor,
Right.
and he has worked in a small role with Shah Rukh Khan in Pathan. So I can tell you firsthand what Virat shared with me that he's an extremely, he says, I got to learn so much from him. He's an extremely hardworking actor. No pretenses that I'm a superstar. Whatever needs to be done, whatever the director says, and whatever he feels is
Mm.
required to improve the movie, he will do. And he'll give his life to the scene. So I think Shah Rukh Khan is Shah Rukh Khan because of his dedication to his craft
Right.
to his head, and he wants to be successful very bad. He's still motivated. See, a lot of people after achieving success, they lose their motivation, they take it easy. But what I've seen Shah Rukh Khan is that intensity of sustaining his success is there. The intensity of doing quality films and making an impact is there. And because of which he keeps working hard and doesn't take his success for granted. So I think one quality you have to pick up from him is, of course, he worked hard to become successful, but even after
Mm.
becoming successful, he's still working very hard. So
Right.
that is a crucial thing. Only then you sustain success. It is a very important quality to pick up from. And of course, his passion, the
Passion.
way he is, an extraordinary actor. I'm a great fan of Shah Rukh Khan myself.
Me too, actually. So
Me
moving
too.
towards our next question, Minocher sir, that you do a lot of corporate training, you train a lot of companies, and actually you are training as well. So where do you get satisfaction a lot? I mean, in motivating students or teaching students or in corporate training?
Yeah, it's an interesting question. Actually, to be honest, I do most of my work is with corporates, but whenever I do work for students, it satisfies me a lot. It gives me a lot of job satisfaction
Mm.
because over the last 26 years that I'm in this work, I must have trained at least a lakh plus students or more. And a lot of my students are in touch with me and they tell me that, oh, your program changed my life, or because
Mm.
of this program, I became a better person. Or some of my students have now become vice presidents and CEOs of companies, or some of them are running their own business. And I'm very proud of them. And I remember seeing them when I saw them first time, they were shy, they were underconfident. and to then see them bloom into beautiful, confident human beings, that is very satisfying. We used to do this, we do this week-long finishing school programs, and to see their growth in that week itself, from the first day to the last day, and to then see them come on stage and talk confidently, it gives me tremendous job satisfaction. And I feel if we have to build, India has to become more successful faster. I think we need to focus on not only building physical infrastructure, we need to build the emotional infrastructure of students. And I feel our students are very good, but we just need to make them more confident, especially students from small towns. I think they are brilliant. They just need to be given that push to be more confident, to believe in themselves. And once they have that factor in them, once they get that belief in themselves, and once they believe they can do it, and once they become goal oriented, I noticed that especially students from small towns, they become more successful because they have the hunger in them to succeed. They just need to find the right guru at the right time. And I have seen very ordinary, very students from very small towns with low confidence become very successful. So I'm convinced that if students are given the right training at the right time, they can do anything in life.
Minocher
Impossible is
sir,
not.
related to this, actually, the questions you have shared, the advices you have shared, and the experience you have shared, that you get a lot of satisfaction in training students and motivating them. So, what are the programs you conduct for students, especially?
We do this whole soft skills program. We have one program with a complete 6 days soft skills program that we do, where we cover right from confidence building to communication skills to their grooming to all their soft skills, time management, their leadership skills. All that skills, I believe, will help them become successful in life. So that is one program. Then we have a program on communication skills. Then we have just a pure motivational program where we go either for 2 hours or for one full day and we motivate them, trying to make them understand themselves better, trying to find them their goal in life, trying to help them get more motivated. So there are various programs depending on what the universities want. Normally, we work with universities. We work with Indra group of institutes. We work with Symbiosis. We work with Metcon. Quite a few institutes we are working with who believe in quality training. We work with the Ajinkya D.Y. Patel College. And it's very satisfying to see the students transform themselves through this program. So, based on the requirements, what the university gives us, we design the course. But mainly, we specialize in soft skills.
And actually, Monitor sir, I'd like to ask one thing, which is you have trained a lot of students and you have taught many students, and students are actually getting a lot of inspiration from you and get practical insights from you. Actually, I was also watching your video on YouTube, and actually I found your video quite interesting because the way you share simple steps which can be incorporated in life. So it is great. And sir,
Thank
what
you.
is your
Thank you, Anand.
message for students to become successful in their life?
My message for students is that think big. You are living in the best era of India. We are at a we. There's never been a better time to be an Indian. There's huge opportunity. India is changing, and I'm very positive about our country. In the next 10 to 20 years, we will be one of the top 2 3 economies. We are already growing very fast. So youngsters have the best chance now to fulfill any of their dreams, whether they want to have a startup, whether they want to work, if they have a good idea and if they have a good plan and if they have a good team and if they are motivated, I think they can achieve whatever they want. And if there is any entrepreneur who needs my assistance, who needs my guidance, and if I can be of any help to any entrepreneur starting, looking at a startup, or in any way I can be of any help, they can feel comfortable to connect with me. They can WhatsApp me on my number. I can share my WhatsApp number right now. I'm always very accessible. My WhatsApp number is 9822021856. They can come to my website, minocherpatel.com. They can drop me an email. And I'll definitely be happy to contribute to their journey, in whichever way possible. And I wish all the youngsters all the best. And I really hope they live their dream because this is the best time to be an Indian. I really hope they make use of the opportunity that this country is providing them right now.
You take out time, and again I want to say that I'm very grateful to you, and actually you have shared very practical advices and your insights about the celebrities. When I personally asked you that what we can learn from Amitabh Bachchan, what we can learn, learn from Mr. Dhoni sir and Virat Kohli. So your insights are quite practical. I mean, these are the actual things which we can literally incorporate in our life in order to become successful. So thank you so much,
Absolutely.
Minocher sir, to take out your time. Thank you.
Thank you for having me, Ronak. Wish you all the best.
Thank you.
God bless you. Bye bye.